Questions.
Question for who?
Me. What up? It's 6:01. Y'all know what it is. Oh man, I ain't even got my necklace on. I guess y'all just have to look at this one. I forgot. I'm struggling. Did I start? Oh yeah, I started. Let me see. Give y'all a couple of minutes because I know some of y'all on CP time. So what's happening then? Yeah. Ain't no quiet way to do it. Hey Odessa, what's good? Rosalind, hey, look at that. Y'all on the right site too? Absolutely, I missed you. You ain't even let nobody know when you got back. Odessa, how was your trip? You a little darker, you my color now? What's up? Brian, what's going on, sir? How you doing? Today's the 5th of July. So far, so good. See, y'all starting to roll on in. Make it do what it do. Brian, we need to talk too. I still ain't forgot you almost saw me fall. How was the trip, Odessa? It's the 5th of June. Nope, July. It's 6:03. So, you know, I'm on it. Tracy, how you doing? How's the nursing business? You stuck in the uncooperatives lately? 6:01. What? What was that? Oh, I was like, man, I heard another voice. Y'all didn't hear that though, did you? I heard my voice. It was kind of spooky. Did you bring back souvenirs, Odessa? You can't be that dark. Your picture still ain't. All right, so anyway, let me get this out the way. Y'all know what this is, right? This is the infamous, hi, Yolanda. This is the infamous bathroom door. I'm still not locked out of the house. Look at there. Windows open, blinds open. I don't know why. Y'all know how I feel about that sunshine thing. This is all bright light. Hey, Brian, I ain't the man yet, but when I get to your status, that's what I'm working on. I got you and Ernest, Team EMI, 100 men walking, all of that. We're gonna make it happen. Is the to the gifts, Odessa. So anyway, what's been going on with my week? I've been you can tell by the unusual growth. I've been being lazy. Luckily, this ain't HD, so y'all can't see the stove that's on my head, but y'all can see all of this. Got you. I don't even know what I did last week. Man, I ain't even smoking, and I don't even remember. I need a personal secretary to remind me what I did. Hey, Demeter, what's going on? You should be working hard, or you hardly working? Glad you joined me. This is your first time on the show. So Demeter and Brian, y'all new to this, so I'm gonna let y'all slide. I'm gonna post a link. And this is where I need y'all to come. If I can figure out how to do it. Maybe not. Oh, you in class and you goofing off? Hey, sis, rumor has it you living in Georgia. Is any truth to that, sis? That you're here and don't nobody know nothing about it? Oh, I can't even get the link for the show. Anyway, Brian, Demeter, I need for y'all to come to Random Thoughts with DVP because I don't think y'all have liked the page and left me a review yet. That's what I'm trying to do as I get this sponsorship thing going. It's a rumor 10. Don't let me send out my bloodhounds and find out something different. Anyway, I've been doing, y'all know I've been doing a little modeling thing. Fluffy, what's good? How are you? Another newcomer. Y'all see the thing at the page where it says Random Thoughts with DVP? That's where I need you guys to come so y'all can leave me a review, like the page, and then leave me a review. 5 stars for the host. I'm trying to get sponsorship. It's free. It takes like 2 minutes of your time. You hit the like button, then you do the 5 stars, and say something great about me. It ain't even got to be true. Nobody's going to check this. You're not going to get it. But it should be true after you listen to the show. I'm always good, Fluffy. Yeah, I've been doing the modeling thing. There's a vicious rumor going on that I may be in a magazine shoot. Well, actually, I think they just taking some pictures. I did a little quick interview. But if it comes true, you guys will be the first to know. I'm going to post it on both pages. So, y'all got that? So y'all see what's happening. What I just posted, that title there, Fluffy, Brian, Demeter, Tracy, this is where I need you guys to come. So y'all can be with the rest of the group. Work with me. And that's where you can like the page. So yeah, I've been doing that. And is it 10 after yet? 10 after I need to get into the show. But before I get to that, what is with these inboxes? With all these people telling you how to get rich quick and cancer awareness and the Donald and all this stuff, but it ain't never on nobody's page. I talked about this last week, and then normally I don't block people or delete people, but I'm so tired of these stupid inboxes. Oh, we got to do something. Post this on your page. Let everybody know. Instant message. 45 people, and Facebook is gonna send you a check. Bill Gates is gonna send you a check. Apple is gonna give you 200 laptops. Listen, I'm cool with being broke. I kind of like it. When you're broke, nobody asks to borrow money. So if you got a get rich quick scheme, just pass me over. I like being broke. It works for me. All this other crazy stuff, if you don't post something on your page, why would you inbox me and ask me to put it on my page? And some of you guys don't even do any research. I mean, I seen one that said the little white dude that killed Trayvon Martin that died. And I mean, I'm looking at a post where people are actually arguing over this. It ain't made the news. And don't get me wrong, Facebook is hell on wheels. Facebook sometimes is really CNN. But come on, you don't think if, I don't even know the guy's name, George something, Zimmerman. You don't think if Zimmerman got killed, that wouldn't make the news? But these people are actually arguing about it on a page, which to me is hilarious. And they arguing just about crazy shit. So anyway, with the inboxes, if you're not inboxing me something about the show, something that I need to know, something that's personal between me and you, yeah, leave the inbox alone. Put it on the page, let me delete it. Smokey Joe, what's good? I got like 18 friend requests from you, Smokey Joe. Your page is being hacked over and over and over again, unless the hacker now is the one who's watching this show. I'm not sure. Doug, what's good? And Doug, I know you know, but you know you're supposed to be on the other page. But check this out. Anyway, let's get into the heart of the matter. I was watching some videos yesterday because, hey, Sharonda, you got my cupcake set? Anyway, I was watching some videos yesterday, but because I don't know why I was watching them. Retarded. I don't know. Anyway, the first thing I saw, did you guys see the Peachtree Road Race? Anybody even compete in it? So I'm watching the Peachtree Road Race, and this guy has a heart attack in the middle of the race. And I'm watching it, and I'm watching people just run by him. Are we that insensitive that if somebody falls out, I mean, because clearly these people who running ain't going to win the race. They're not in that group. They in the me and you group. But I'm just watching people run right by this dude. Black people, white people, Asians, everybody. And nobody stops. I'm like, damn, so this dude just has a heart attack. And don't get me wrong, don't nobody know he's having a heart attack, but does that even matter? This is a public event. This dude falls down and people are just going around him. One lady doubles back. And then you still see other people just running around him. And I was like, damn, are we really that insensitive now that we see somebody fall amongst us? Amongst us, not off to the side. So it ain't like he was some drunk who wanted to. He was a runner. And people just was, I mean, damn. Is that really where we are now? Are we really that inconsiderate of each other that nobody stops? And this wasn't even a black-white issue because white people ran, and from the looks of the guy was white, but white people ran by him, black people, everybody ran by him. What's really going on with us as a country where we don't care if somebody falls down in front of us? And you know it was hot as hell yesterday, so to fall on concrete is extra, you know something got to be wrong because that concrete ain't playing. So, look at here. I'm drinking Powerade since nobody will give me tequila. Y'all are so selfish. I don't know why I can't get tequila. So, when I get into compassion, that's part of the thing I want to talk about. It's just, how do you just run by somebody who just passed out in front of you, or even if you see somebody rendering aid, you just keep running because a road race is much more important then taking 10, 15, 20 seconds out your life to make sure dude is okay, then keep going. Everything can't be blamed on the Donald. You know what the song says? Sometimes we just ain't shit. And that video showed me a lot of that. So then I'm watching another video. And I was waiting for this one. And y'all know now, I'm not a big fan of posting videos, good, bad, or indifferent about cops. But how many of you guys saw the cops in Houston, the two white cops, and the black guy who looks to be kind of naked was spraying it with pesticide? For the record, pesticides are dangerous to humans. He was spraying them with pesticides. They didn't shoot this guy. Now, I didn't see none of these police bashers post any of that. Because if you're going to be fair, which is why I don't post any videos, but fair is fair. If you're going to post about how white cops and everybody's scared and yada, 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 these are two white cops who would have been justified in shooting a man spraying them with pesticides. You know how you see the pesticides and crap you spray around houses that keep out of eyes and buddy spraying in their face? Two white guys. So, it ain't nobody who on the page now. But I'm watching a lot of you police bashers. Oh, we just don't know. Every time my kids leave the house, we just don't know if we gonna come back. Oh, the police are killing everybody. Police this, police. Anybody looked at the Chicago murder rate for this year? How many of them are blamed on the cops? Anybody checked out the Baltimore murder rate? Anybody? Anybody? Anywhere that you got a cop killing, check out the murder rate for that city or that town. I ain't defending bad cops, but I'm just tired of hearing about everybody being scared of cops, but we're not scared of people who are doing the most killings. That's kind of baffling to me. Compassion. If you're going to do it, do both sides. I've condemned bad cops. I even told you guys how to get them. But of course nobody wants to hear me because I'm biased. And I am biased because I got to be a black man and I got to be a cop. I even got to be a veteran. So I got 3 different perspectives on a lot of things that I know about. Not that I read about, not that I saw on TV. These are things that I actively know about. But let's get into the whole compassion thing. Why is it that we're not compassionate about people who are less fortunate than us for whatever reason? Whether it's drugs, whether it's depression, domestic violence, anything. We'd rather ridicule people or talk about what they should have done or what they could be doing, when at some point all of us have hit a low point and it was something that we had a hard time getting out of, that everybody else didn't see what the big deal was. Life should be so easy, but sometimes it's just not that easy. And as opposed to being compassionate and trying to make sense or listening, we just judge people and we ridicule them for things, and then we want to feel sorry afterwards. Now, don't get me wrong, and there's an exceptions to every rule. Could it be attributed to environment and family upbringing? I don't know. Could it be? I think people are just insensitive. I think people are just selfish. And where did that come from? I think that part of it is just so many people have an elitist mentality, or the I'm a victim mentality. We rather blame everybody for everything and act like nothing is our fault, because very rarely do we ever take the blame for anything, but we always know where somebody else is to be blamed. Sharonda, because I kind of know how you grew up, so it's kind of unfair. And don't get me wrong, and I'm not saying help everybody who needs help, but because there are hustlers out there, but are we that cold to everybody that we just dismiss everything, or everybody's a victim, and oh, you can do better if you want to? Because that's not always true. I teach my kids compassion because I was taught it doesn't hurt to help. And 9 times out of 10, Sharonda, it really doesn't hurt to help. Just stop and see, and then you make a wise decision. But like I say, you saw the road race thing. I watched it like 6 or 7 times, and that just bothered me to no end. People just don't care in a lot of situations, especially in case where they benefit from something. Right. And to me, that goes back into the thing, sis, where every time a cop does something wrong, there's 1,000 videos. But when one of us is robbing people in our neighborhood, there are never any videos. And that's how I would love to say people are desensitized things, but it's what they're picking and choosing. Once again, When Ray Ray and Pookie them breaking into somebody's house, how come there's never any video? Because they ain't doing it when it's somebody always around. But whenever a cop does something, there's like 300 phone cameras. And it's like, I think I told you guys before, I'm going home one day to my mom's house. I get off the highway, traffic is kind of backed up. There's a car on fire at the gas station. At the gas station, fire. Just put the two together. I see 10 or 15 people videoing the whole thing. I'm trying to figure out why the fire department does. So when I call them, because the fire department is 3 blocks away. Now, one said they hadn't even got a call about a fire. But then there are 15 or 20 people who are videoing this. They got their phones out and they just filming everything. But ain't nobody thought to call 911. That is crazy. Besides, psychologists say that people are more inclined to help when they're in danger as well. I think people are just so selfish. I don't even think it's decent. They're just selfish. If it ain't something where they can get Facebook, for instance. People are so inclined to want to get likes and hearts for shit. They do it just for that. You got the women posting all these little crazy thought pictures and then you get mad when somebody says something to them. But clearly you posting a picture to see how many likes you can get. And we all know, 9 times out of 10, if you post something smart or that's needed, you might get 10 or 15 likes, whatever. But if you post a little picture in your bathing suit or something, oh, you're getting 120 likes easily. And I think a lot of people are going for that, and they're just so sensitive. I don't even think it's desensitized. They're just they're selfish, and that's all they want to do. And when the compassion comes, we look at it, and nobody wants it until it happens to them. I was watching news yesterday. Don't ask me more because I refuse to watch the news most of the time. And there's a lady, I'm not sure what she's on, but her daughter got killed. And I want to say they kidnapped her here and then took her to Florida somewhere. And the lady's sitting there saying that her daughter doesn't have any enemies and how God is going to rain down and unleash hell on her killers because her daughter's never done anything wrong. She stops and pauses and says, even though I got a phone call, she was hanging around the wrong people. What the fuck was that? Anyway. You get a phone call that your daughter's hanging around the wrong people. And don't get me wrong, murder is wrong. But compassion. I'm just thinking, if somebody who's close to me is killed, the last time you're doing is an interview on TV. And I just don't get it. But we sit back and we want everybody to feel sorry for us because we don't ever want to accept responsibility for anything that's going on in our worlds that we know is true. I'm watching. I'm at one of my little jobs, and this little boy speaks to me. There's 3 cops there. One I know, one is me. The other one I just met. The one who I just met wasn't having the greatest of days. So, he was talking to me about something. I mean, he knew me from the academy. And the little boy spoke to him, but like I said, he wasn't having a good day. He was getting a little counseling, I guess, for lack of a better word. And he does this thing, and he's leaving. And next thing I know, there's a confrontation outside of my work. It's this little boy's father. He's confronting the cop, and he's making a fuck the police statement. Now, he's with his son, who is maybe 4 or 5, and his daughter, who's maybe 11 or 12. So we go out there to see what's going on, and this dude is saying, yeah, I said it, but I got First Amendment rights, yada, yada, yada. And this is where stupidity comes in. Stop claiming rights that you don't know what they are. First Amendment doesn't mean you can say anything you want to. It just says you do have freedom of speech as long as it doesn't do certain things. Threaten people, you can't yell fire in a crowded building, shit like that, yada, yada, yada. But, you can't say about the police in front of kids. It's kind of like child abuse. But I'm asking, dude, where does this come from? Because your son spoke to me, and I didn't see an issue. Well, he spoke to him, and he didn't even say nothing. I had to pull dude to the side. Do you realize that, I don't know what your perception is of cops, but you know what cops do for a living. Cops, 9 times out of 10, they go after criminals and they see shit. You don't know what car he just came from that make him not really be in the mood to be officer friendly. That's not our job. Our job is to do what we do. And sometimes we come back from horrendous scenes, and people just think that we don't have a switch. You know, there's some things, believe it or not, that bother us. Compassion. So, I mean, I talked to a dude, young fella, 5-6 minutes. He was like, I ain't even think about that. You're right, you didn't. But you sitting there, dude just came from a little scene where some kids were involved. So he feeling some kind of way because he's got kids, and it always affects us. And now you saying F the police, and you're saying it with kids, which is pushing him further over the edge. Because Buddy want to lock you up because of all he just went through. So you're aggravating the situation out of your own selfishness because you want him to speak to your kid, not knowing what he's been through. And that's the craziest thing when I hear people always wanting to talk about what cops do. And I ain't gonna get deep into that. But once again, we're just talking about compassion. If you've never walked that walk, you don't know what it is we go through. We don't have a 9-to-5 job. It ain't like Walmart where you're a cashier and somebody cusses you out and you keep going through. Because it's not really a threat to you. It's just another disgruntled person. Cops sometimes see things a whole lot worse than just being cursed out. We get cursed out, trust me. 9 times out of 10, that doesn't even affect our day. But there are things that do. And sometimes you may not get officer friendly. But you don't have enough compassion or common sense to realize sometimes it is purely business with us because that's the only way we can go through with it. And business doesn't mean being friendly. It just means being professional. It's not my job to say, hey, how you doing? It's not my job to give you directions. I'm not information. Police are law enforcement officers. That's what they do. Law enforcement. Not MapQuest, not information.com, not help you around the city. Oh, you're a cop, you're supposed to know all the streets. It's not even our job to put up with smart-ass comments. But we look at you, we smile, we may say something under our breath. Hell, sometimes you may catch it above our breath, and we say what we got to say, and we keep moving. But the thing is we look at compassion and understanding what we don't know out of listening. I was talking to somebody about domestic violence. And domestic violence is one of those things, until I got trained on, I never understood it. Because why don't the woman just leave? Because we don't understand. Oh, she could just walk out. Oh, I ain't gonna never go through this. I'll never let a man put his hands on me. I'll never do this. I'll never do that. Well, because it ain't that easy. And some of y'all have never been through it. It's just like when people say, well, they won't let cops do. Oh, I ain't gonna do this. I ain't gonna. When you're there, it sounds cute, but talk is cheap. Until you've been in a situation, stop judging people. Don't say what you'll do, because unless you've been there, you don't know what you'll do. And if you've been there, you can say what you did that time. But even then, times are still different. When somebody points a gun at you, you can be as bad as you want to. You can think all these crazy ass thoughts. You don't know what you're going to do till that gun is pointed at you. And I tell people, 9 times out of 10 when the gun is pointed at you, shit, S-H-I-T, that's what's going to happen. You're either going to say it or you're going to do it. Okay? So, let me get back to this. Domestic violence. Compassion. Suicide. Compassion. When these things happen to most people, they'll put out some kind of clue. And people want to judge them without listening and tell them, that ain't nothing. That ain't this. You could just leave. You could just leave. If a man was beating me, I'd just leave. Well, whatever. It's kind of like the whole thing. Oh, if a man ever cheat on me, I'm sorry, sis. I'm going to stop cursing so much. It slipped out. If a man ever leave, if a man ever hit me, if a man ever cheat on me, I'm leaving. Or if he do it again, well, he got 2 more times. Because you don't never know what's going to happen till you're there. But we're so quick to judge everybody based on partial information, and we don't even think about whether the person A is a victim, or is an instigator, or is doing something else. And we just sit there and start judging. People tell us they got a problem. We try to find a problem bigger than us, like we playing spades. Well, my problem is bigger than your problem. Let me tell you what happened to me. And we don't take the time to listen because we're selfish. Right, every situation is different. Not only are the situations different, the people are different. We don't all handle things the exact same way. Because your stress ain't my stress. My stress ain't your stress. If you're that woman who, for whatever reason, is financially dependent upon a man, walking out ain't as easy as people make it seem. I tell the story. When I first became a cop, one of my first jobs was at Magic City. Great job. I'd never known strippers. I'd heard what people say about strippers. I had my own thought process about strippers. You hear what the streets say. Oh, they were abused as women. Some man took advantage of them. They got low self-esteem. They're all druggies. They're all alcoholics. They're all prostitutes. They're all, and I'm hearing this. I don't know any personally at this time, but this is what the streets say. They're all about a dollar. They're all about making a fast buck. They got no moral standards. They need God in their life. Yada, 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 yada. So if I would have went in there with that mentality, which it would have been comical to me, because I'm looking at, 50, 60 women who, according to the streets, all of them been raped by their daddy, their brother, their uncles, and their granddaddy. They all hate men. Just the whole stereotypical thing from people who just take the time out. I don't know this, so I'm just going to pass judgment on them. And I actually got to know a few. And I'm listening to them because I'm listening with an open mind. So I'm gonna go paying their way through college. Wow, who would have thought that a stripper had a brain? According to the streets, y'all all just sluts making way too much money. Wow, who would have ever thought that a mother would do whatever it takes to feed her kids? Would have never thought of that. Nice body. You can come in there and make $200-$300 a night, 2-3 nights a week. So you can make anywhere from $600 to $1,500 a week. Taking off your clothes, dancing somebody 3 to 5 minutes at a time. But when we don't understand something, the first thing we want to do is start being judgmental and accusatory without ever even talking to somebody. Hey, Tish, what's going on? How are you? And I'm confused about that whole process. Why is it that we feel the need not to be compassionate about things we don't know or we don't even try to find out? We're based on something that we have no knowledge of other than, oh, we seen the Players Club, so we know what they're doing. That's my knowledge. And what was the song? Chris Tucker or something? Chris Rock did that, if you go into the VIP room, sex. Let's see. The young men and women today don't even have compassion for the elderly, less their own parents thinking someone. Right. I'm great, Tish. And it's because we come from this. I'm not sure where it comes from. Well, I take that back. Part of the reason with this generation today is too many parents want to be friends. Isabel, how are you? My phone is just on its own doing its own little thing. It's taking pictures of me. Don't even ask me why. Don't even ask me why.
I heard them clicks like what
Yeah, no sex in the champagne room. Or is it, there's always sex. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Isabel, what's going on? I've been waiting for you to call me so we can do a show. But yeah, this new age parents wants to be kids. Well, most of them want to have babies like we want to have puppies because the babies were cute, not realizing they were going to grow up to be little badass kids, like most of us were. But that's part of the parental process, is having little badass kids and teaching them to be better than average kids, like most of us are. But we didn't do the same things. We didn't do all the extra. I mean, we were bad in our own little ways, but when did we lose compassion with the being bad? When we don't care about anybody? Oh, it don't affect me. Like, I don't care. But it does. Because when people are depressed or whatever, they don't always just take themselves out. They take a lot more people out. And we get to the... y'all got me bouncing. I'm supposed to be staying focused. I even got my notes here. I don't do good with notes. Let's go back to... I'm going to stick with DV for a minute. We cool with that? So when we go to the DV issue, and trust me now, I did domestic violence for like 9 or 10 years. I don't know how long. I suffer from secondhand weed smoke. A lot of what goes on in domestic violence is not what people assume. It's not as easy to walk out as everybody assumes it to be. And the craziest thing I learned, domestic violence is just not about men against women. Women are violent to men too. K Slim, what's going on? Hey man, I'm off a few Mondays. I'm coming. I'm coming to the house. You know we need to have a talk. Me, you, and the missus. So when we get to the domestic violence issues, and everybody say, "Why don't she just leave? Why don't she just leave?" Well, there's a lot of different factors coming to play. Finances being one of them. Not necessarily the number one, but it's in the top 5. You got, if there are kids involved, that's a whole separate issue. Because I can guarantee you, ladies, y'all can answer this for me. If you don't have a place for your kids to stay, a safe place, how many you gonna walk out of? How many of you are really willing to walk out of an unhealthy relationship? Right. And the mental part of DV, understand, it's a beast. When you understand the cycle of violence, it is crazy once you understand how it works, because most of us don't consider that. It's very rarely is it just a random boyfriend hitting a random girlfriend. Usually there's a process that's built up where the abuser, whether it's the man or the woman, has made his soon-to-be victim needy or extra appreciative, to where the first time it's seen as a one-time incident. The second time, the abuser is so good, the second time he'll have the victim thinking it's their fault. And I'm just going to use women now, because 9 times out of 10 it's a man who's the abuser and the woman who's the victim. But the woman is doubting whether or not she did the right thing and what she did to cause this abuse. Because I'm going to just say, who's with me now? Okay, Rosalind. Were you my girlfriend on another show? Let me use Tisha. Okay, let's just say me and Tisha. I'm treating Tisha good. We've been on vacations. We've done this. We've done that. After I've got her to a point where she thinks I'm a great guy and she needs me, and I convince her that we should move in together, we should think about this happy life, yada, yada, yada. And I see her trying to exert some of her independence, I'm going to haul off and pop her one time. And she going to jump up and... But I got a plan. Because I know I made a mistake. And her first sign should be resistance, because it's the first time she's ever seen this violent thing from me. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to buy her flowers, buy her something, buy her a gift, and express my guilt, how bad I feel. I'm going to shed some tears, and I'm going to swear to her on my mama's Great Dane that it'll never happen again. So me and Tisha been had something going on for 18 months or so. She's going to go for this the first time. 9 times out of 10. Kev, I don't know why you're on the wrong page. You don't switch on the show page. It's best to leave. Both sexes stay way too long. Usually locked in financially and can't afford. Right, so it ain't best to leave if you already can't afford to leave, Kev. Nobody wants to go to the shelter. Nobody wants to live up under the bridge. And that's where the compassion comes in, where we think it's always so easy for one person to leave, when it's not. Exactly, sis. Over time of repeated verbal abuse, they lose self-esteem and think if they change, it'll get better. So the victim, which is usually the woman, tries to change to be more appealing or appeasing to the abuser. That's just the system, because it's a mental breakdown, and the abuser is mentally taking over her. The physical violence, don't get me wrong, it's wrong, but they can get over being beaten. The mental takeover is something special. And when we're listening to the woman complain about what's wrong, as opposed to listening, no, Kevin, it's the wrong page. You're supposed to be on the Random Thoughts with DVP page. Big Shirley used to abuse you. Kev, I'm not going to play with you today. No, it's not the right page, Kev. You on Random Thoughts with DVP page. I did what before? Oh, no. I ain't going to go deep into the domestic violence. I mean, I was just using that as far as compassion. So we don't have any compassion for the victim, because we all think that it's so easy for them to leave. We all think it's so easy for them just go on and get your stuff and go. You don't need this. You don't need that. Girl, you can do better with this. And it sounds good. But there are very few resources that will offer any real help. Once you fall into that cycle of violence. The same thing is true when you get to depression and suicide. 90% of people who commit suicide reach out and tell people. And everybody downplays their level of depression. Man, you ain't got nothing. You got the world. You got this. Robin Williams committed suicide. Told everybody about it. But because he's funny and he was rich, nobody ever took him serious. Till he did it. You think it starts before she meets the man. It's about how she feels about herself. And Tish, I'm gonna disagree with you just because I did these investigations. A lot of women who are abused don't come from abuse. A lot of them don't come from abusive past. Some of these women are Fortune 500 women. They just get trapped into a system, and women don't want to admit failure or defeat, which is why even when they're abused physically, they start putting on more makeup. They don't want to tell anybody because they feel like it makes them look bad. And that's part of the process. Because as long as they hide it, when it does happen, look at your Facebook pages. Follow the women and look at how great they tell you their life is. How many phones do I have? Just these two. So sometimes it's not that. It's just that they have a system and they want to be seen in a positive manner, so they don't tell you a lot of bad things. Now you're on the right page, Kev. Kevin, I'm gonna totally disagree with you. I can't tell you the names of some of the people who I dealt with on domestic violence, but trust me, these were some strong women, but they fell into a cycle. And whatever happened, happened. And what is it that we consider a strong woman? Just because you walk away doesn't mean you're strong. Sometimes you walk away because they don't have anything else to lose, which doesn't mean you're strong. It just means you don't have nothing else to lose. Because once again, is it worth the fight, the humiliation, the harassment, the support system that you really don't have? I knew you would like. No, I can't fix nobody's life, bro. I can't. I can only tell you what I've seen from my end of the spectrum. I can't fix mine. I ain't trying to fix nobody else's. I'm just offering advice. So when we get back to we start being compassionate. Why is it that we don't have time to listen to people, but we got time to judge everybody? We got time to post stuff. And yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of posting everything that goes on in your life because you are allowing yourself to be judged based on what you post. I mean, I see people, y'all see the same people. Well, not the same, but the same general thing. Well, girl A is in love today, and next Tuesday, he ain't shit or whatever. I'm leaving. He done hit me one time too many, which means this ain't his, I don't know if it means his first time, second time, third, who knows. But a minute ago, he was the greatest thing ever. You found your best friend for life, yada, yada, yada. Hey, sis. And this is how the system goes, because sometimes when you build that imaginary world up for yourself, you make it hard for your own self to escape, because nobody goes into a relationship thinking, I'm dating a dirtbag. What's up, boss? Nobody thinks I'm dating a dirtbag. Did y'all hear that clicking? I'm sorry, it was a nervous click. I didn't want y'all to hear it, but I just heard it myself, so I realized I was doing it. I think somebody just called me a name. I'm not saying they come from abusive past. It could be daddy issues, but it starts with how you feel about yourself and think you deserve. Sometimes women see the abuse as a sign of how passionate he is about her and think it equates to love when it doesn't. Right, some of it, because I told you guys before, I dated a girl who I was really crazy about, who told me that I must not love her because I never hit her. That was crazy to me. But that was her mentality, but that was because of her previous boyfriends. Or two in particular, who were older, who hit her. And she thought, when they hit her, they said, I'm only doing this because I love you and I want you to do better. And she fell into that trap. But she was young, and that's how she was trained in the whole boyfriend issue, because her daddy was like most daddies. He was working, 50, 60 hours a week to try to keep them above water. So she didn't really have that figure around. And yeah, so to a certain extent, that is true. But like I said, I've known some women who from the outside looking in appear to have it all, but they still fell into that system. And there are a lot of women who look at life differently because they want a guy who appears to be jealous. I am working, boss. This is work. And to them, that means something, because if he's jealous, that means he really cares, which is crazy to me. That's just crazy to me. Social media has messed up relationships. 20 likes is a good day. 100 plus your relationship is super on the internet. Garbage. You're right, and that's what I was saying earlier. That a lot of people are posting for likes because they want that instant gratification and approval. You the man. No, I couldn't hit her, Doug. I mean, that's just not who I am. And as much as it hurt me, I had to let her go because What was the happy medium? I mean, I tried to talk to her to explain to her that that's just not how it goes. But she wasn't hearing that. She knew what she knew, and distractions. She knew what she knew, and that was how she believed in life. Just funny, it ain't gonna be quiet. I got an audience. I grew up with 7 brothers and a whole dad. I was taught very well what to look for. I can barely deal with anyone raising their voice at me, let alone allow someone to want to control me, because that's all the abuse. Really. And most of the time, that's what jealousy is. Jealousy, most of the time, is a form of abuse, depending on how jealousy runs its course. I mean, I think we all have a touch of jealousy, but when jealousy starts to control you, I need to see your phone, I need to see your emails, where you been, why it take you, it should take you a trip to the store is 7 minutes, why it take you 15 minutes to go to the store and back. That kind of thing is really unhealthy. But there are women who see that, oh, he cares about me, he's concerned, yada, yada, yada. Your compassion is in the wrong place, because that's not love, that's not compassion, that's not anything. But then when you fall into a system, you want people to understand, but this is something that you invited. And ladies, sometimes this is something you even teach a man to be this way, because you want this guy who, oh, he loves me, he's doing this for me, he's doing that for me. And when he exerts his power, he exerts it in a bad way, to the point of you have lost so much control, because he's doing things that you secretly told him that you want your man to do. Oh, I want a man to do this. I want a man. There's nothing wrong with having a man fix your vehicle. But if he fixes your vehicle, he can also mess it up. He can take things off so that you don't have the ability to go to work if he can't control you. You got to consider that. So when it is you're saying you want stuff, can y'all hear somebody psst in the background? There's so many noises that I'm hearing. But hey, no fire alarm. That's all that counts. So when we're doing this, and we're talking about judging people, because I want you to stop judging everybody without all the facts. I need security in the building. And we sitting there passing judgment, and we don't talk to people. And Tisha, okay, and I'm gonna take you for an example, because you're my show girlfriend for this show. You got 7 brothers and a whore is there who taught you a lot of the tricks of the trade. But what about the girl who doesn't have that, who doesn't have the strong mother figure to say, hey, you shouldn't put up with this or put up with that? Yes, sis, I'm focusing. Y'all fuss at me all the time. So when you don't have that and you judge, okay, for instance, I've had to learn to deal with this. I don't have a lot of compassion for guys who come up with excuses as to why they don't do better. I grew up in a single parent household. I'm from the streets. I don't know this. I don't know that. I have no compassion for them, because they're making excuses, because in the same breath they'll tell you they can do anything they put their mind to. So in your mind, you only want to be a drug dealer, and you're a half-ass drug dealer at that, or you want to be an ain't crap kind of guy. I'm confused. See, I came from the ghetto. I was raised by my mother. We didn't have a lot of money. I tell you about, we didn't have electricity until I got to the 3rd grade, 4th grade. I learned to be smart enough to do my homework so I could be done by the time it got dark, because I couldn't see anymore. You thinking of the person in the background? Kevin, where's your wife? Go, Kevin. Kevin, would you focus, Kevin? I'm gonna need you to focus. Otis, what's good, bro? See, you made me forget where I was at, Kevin. I don't even know why I talked to you. But yeah, but when we do these things, and we think we know the answer for everybody, and I mean, yeah, I can sit here and tell you what my thought process is. And yes, I have no love for these guys that didn't do what they didn't do. They sitting around making excuses. The white man keeping me down. He did this. The white man keep locking me up. I can't catch a break. I came from the hood. Okay, yeah, I got locked up. Yeah, whatever. That didn't keep me down, because I wanted more. It wasn't Whitey's fault. It wasn't the man's fault. It wasn't the government's fault. remember now, I had 2 government jobs, so it wasn't the government that kept me down. So yeah, when I hear guys making excuses, I was that guy who was judgmental and less compassionate to their story because, hey, I came from nothing. I ain't saying I got it all now, but I ain't at that stage. And I couldn't understand why guys couldn't make it out. The opportunities are there. Every time you look at the want ads, you see 1,000 jobs. But all I'm hearing is people tell me what they won't do. Run a little company. You know, I gotta get started as a security guard. People want to tell me what I should pay them for no training. So I had a lot less compassion. So, and that's the thing. Why is it we don't have compassion for certain things? Sometimes it's because people don't deserve it. But for the most part, they deserve us to be open-minded and compassionate until we find out the whole story. Once again, I saw the guy at the road race, and it just bothered me that I'm watching all these people run by him. It really bothered me. All these people just running by like it ain't nothing. You know, I'm listening to some of the stories I hear people that, you know, things that happen in crowds. Did y'all see the big shooting with all them black kids at the gas station about who knows what? Who does that? Who got a quick weight loss? Oh, your wife? I don't know why I talked to you, Kevin. I'm about to block you. These are things that just are bothersome. And I don't know why. I mean, is it the training? Or is it we just don't care about each other? Is it that we're at a point where we're so selfish? Am I okay? Oh, yeah. I was just... Why you ask me that, Rosalind? That look sad? I'm not crying. No, I'm good. Why you ask me am I okay? Kev had me unfocused. But anyway, when we get to it, what is it that causes us not to be compassionate to our fellow man, especially if it doesn't cost us anything other than time? Even though time is the one thing we could never get back. I am focused. Stop playing. Oh, y'all heard the noises too. The worst part is to get to that person after that bad relationship. Then they want you to be patient while they work out their emotions. Should we be compassionate, patient, or leave? Kev, and that's a personal decision. How much the future that you... I mean, because... Okay, with relationships. Let's say you dating a girl. I'm a pick... Okay, I was just with Tisha. Okay, so me and Tisha break up. And I want to date Rosa. Well... Somewhere in the conversation stage, Robin should know that I just broke up with Tisha. So she should decide what she's willing to put up with in the beginning. But as we're getting to know each other, if Roslyn sees that I'm too broken for her, Roslyn has to make a decision for Roslyn first. Compassion doesn't mean being stupid. And it also doesn't mean putting on a cape and becoming Captain Save-A-Hole. So if Roslyn has the time and energy and she thinks that I'm worthy of that investment, then yes, she should be patient. If Rosalind is at a stage where she wants to be married and she sees I just got out of something, then Rosalind, the best thing for me and Rosalind is to try to work out a situationship and move on. Because I'm not where she wants me to be. Hell, I ain't even at a point where I really should be actively dating, which is a whole nother show. Because too many times we date when we shouldn't be. So to me, that's kind of a big issue because you shouldn't even get a relationship. In my world, every relationship should start with a situationship. And you progress. Too many times, we want to go too far too fast, and we don't take the time. Because even when you start a relationship, whether you've been abused or not, you need to be open to what the other person is bringing. Sometimes you need that person to help you get through your abuse or to help you get through the emotional struggle. You 47. Kev, your patience been short since I met you. And you married. Hey, Terry, what's going on? So the thing is, though, when let's use relationships, since y'all keep saying I'm losing focus. Where does your compassion come in a relationship? Now, if you're in an active relationship, a real relationship, now not a situationship that's progressing, a real relationship where y'all have gone through all the BS, and you really ain't ready to give titles. You know what I'm saying? Not when you call your boyfriend or girlfriend, not when you call your sex partner your boyfriend or girlfriend, where they really are y'all doing stuff together. You, even though you're supposed to be on the other page, but I'm gonna let you slide just because you're here, Terry. Because Kev and John are over here. So if you're at that point where you're in a real relationship, your compassion kicks in, because understand this, we all have recurring thoughts. So if me and who am I with? Rosalind. I just broke up with Tisha. Me and Rosalind have been together for, I don't know, 6-7 months. There are times when I may have flashbacks of something Tisha did to me. Rosalind has to make a decision during this relationship portion. Am I worth it? Because you can't. Nobody ever stops thinking about the past where it doesn't ever pop up. It shouldn't be a prevailing thought, but you still got to work through it. That doesn't just happen overnight. So there's some compassion in that you let them go through that. It's like, I don't know, on a different level, it's like the death of a true loved one. When you lose somebody true to you, it affects your relationship. What's the person gonna do when you're in that funky state? Do they just leave you? If they're not there for real, then yeah, they should be. If they're selfish, then yes, they should be. But if they're there to be with you through it all and want to make a life commitment, then they got to see you do that, because we all go through ups and downs. The compassion at that point comes from just understanding what that is. So that's what you out there understand. What's true in your 2 Chainz voice? That you ain't got good sense, Kev? So, anyway, when you look at different things, at people who don't have it as good for whatever reason, why are we so quick to judge without all the facts? Kev, Kev, John, who else is here that knows me from? Honey, how are you? I'm sorry to hear about your grandfather. I was going to call you, but you know what? I don't have you or Reggie's number. And I wasn't really going to post it on Facebook, but I'm glad you're here. You guys okay? Honey's one of my favorite people. We kind of met. I played football with her husband. We played on the same team and against each other, but Honey's she's a motivating force. She said some good things that made me keep doing the show. But Honey, you good? And what's true? This is why I need y'all here. When people say things, I'm so far behind because I don't know what they hear. Who else steals towels from hotels? Hold on, you can't see none of my towels? Nobody steals towels from hotel. It's against the law. And I'm a law man. Oh, it's a bonus father? Okay. But I saw it, and like I say, I was gonna reach out, and I realized other than Facebook, I don't know how to get in touch with either one of you guys. But I hope all goes well. I'm glad to see you joined us. I didn't think you were coming today. I was gonna wait for you next week and express my sorrow. Because I know what it's like to lose a bonus parent. I also know the joys of having a bonus parent. And you kind of got to mix the two. You know, you're sad that they're gone, but you're happy for the good times that you got in. And that's what's up. That's what's up. Where are we? Other than Kevin stealing towels from hotels. What hotel is it? Before I answer for your friend. If it's the Motel 6, don't steal them. If it's the Marriott, it's already in the price. Take 2, like the cell phones. So yeah, that's like I said. I saw those videos yesterday, and it was really bothering me. Like I said, the road race, and then the cop thing. You know, ain't no wrong. Just because I was a cop, I was a veteran. And I tell you guys all the time, because Lord knows I get crazy inboxes and videos about cops and stuff. I'll give you an opinion when I find out more information. I won't give you something insidious just because you saw a video and you didn't like the way something went. It's more than that. It's about gathering facts and finding out as much as you can before you pass judgment. I'm not saying give cops a pass. All I'm saying is find out more, because lots of people don't like us, and we're still supposed to be professional. As people say nasty things, they spit. Are you supposed to? Anyway, I ain't even finna get into that right now. I'll say that for another show. But honey, you can help me out. We're talking about compassion. Why don't we give it to people? Like I said, I don't know if you saw the clip with the guy who had a heart attack during the road race and people just ran by him. And I would bet you these are the same people that would swear that they would help a stranger. I got booted off for a few minutes. Tish, why'd you get booted off? Okay, honey. Let me know if you need anything. Why'd you get booted off, Tisha? You're not paying your cable bill? Tisha, you bootleg. Terry, why are you on this page? Why aren't you on the regular page, the show page? Yeah, why do y'all think that people don't care? Michelle? Tisha, where are you that it's storming? It stormed here yesterday, I guess. It was booming. Where are you that it's storming, Tisha? I got a hush. Can't have no girlfriend without power. Who does that? I couldn't post it. Terry, Tisha, really, you and Mary out in the storming? Stop playing. Random thoughts with DVP. Terry, type. Ain't you liked the page before? It's storming in Marietta. Whatever. So anyway, that was it. So come on over. John and Kev over there. I don't know if that makes a difference. But they're there. Do you heat babies? Do you hear babies? You hear crying. Not babies. You hear crying. There's no compassion for that. There's no crying in radio showisms. There's no crying. I'm being compassionate. I'm doing a good deed. 1 week my place is on fire. The next week, there you go, Terry. The next week you hear crying babies. Crying, no babies, crying. It's not 90, it's 83-ish. But yep, it's bright. But ain't no sunshine when I'm on. Anyway, so what else do you guys like to talk about? Cause compassion won't take me a whole hour. I saw the video, the road race, and I saw the black guy with the pesticide trying to spray the white cops. Not them posting to that. For everybody who's scared of cops nowadays, because cops they just off the chain. They killing everybody, everywhere. They ain't giving nobody a break. When they pull you over, they just killing. Sometimes we just take things to an extreme, and we love to be victims because nobody's ever done anything wrong. The cops pull you over, they just doing it anyway. Whole nother show. Not even beginning the cop stuff right now. Yeah, I saw that where the lady cop got shot just sitting there. But like I said, I'm not gonna get it. I was just saying that because I saw the one in, I want to say it was Houston, where the guy was spraying with the pesticide and they didn't shoot him. They actually tased him. But for the pesticide, according to the law, they had a right to shoot them because pesticides are dangerous. But nobody's saying anything about that. But everybody's scared of cops. Everybody's scared of cops. I'm just saying. Stop the madness. I ain't asking y'all to feel sorry for us, but and you know, I saw it, but I never got a chance to watch it. But yeah, let's talk about these holiday things. If you look on, I'm gonna put it on the show page. My sister gave me a Crystal Tucker's 4th of July video, and I didn't get a chance to watch it, and I just got caught up with the crazy TV stuff. Holidays. Hey, Brenda, holidays are what they are. But if you're going to celebrate a holiday and you know, if you just want to drink and eat, just say that. Don't. And let me say this. Let me say this as a quick disclaimer. I don't push my religious beliefs or disbeliefs on anybody. I would appreciate it if y'all didn't try to calm me with your religious beliefs or disbeliefs. Whether you believe or don't believe, if you're not ready to have a real discussion, I'm probably not the guy for you because I have my own thoughts and there's nothing that you can say to me. I do know what history says. I do know that the first slave ship was Jesus, Jesus. Jesus, because that's how, you know, the Hispanics pronounce it. Us Americans, we probably say Jesus. So as the ship was on the water, doing what ships do, maybe that's what it meant by parting the seas. But anyway, whole different story. But what is it that we're independent from on this 4th of July again? And this is where I'm really confused about our holiday celebrations. One minute everybody's celebrating these Independence Days, but then next week everybody gonna be hollering about how the man keep them down their slaves. So are you independent, or you still caught up in a mindset that you're on mental dungeon? You're holding yourselves captive. When it involves alcohol or free food, everybody's a king. But as soon as something else happens, we're all victims. I'm kind of confused about that. I'm kind of confused. Anybody help me? I'm gonna watch that video. I'm gonna watch that video again, sis. I promise. I meant to watch it. I just got caught up doing other things. Look, most of us just get together. Right, and that's all I'm saying, Rosalind. If that's what you're doing, just say that we get together and having fun. But stop talking about Independence Day, all this ignorant shooting. Bullets ain't cheap. Some of y'all could have bought some clothes, a stereo, real food for your kids. I'm just, what the... Okay, I ain't supposed to say bad words because my sisters are watching. But, and the crazy thing, I was having a conversation. Okay, I'm being judgmental right now. But, you know, the Bible says to thine own self be true. Who buys a 4th of July outfit? Can somebody tell me what the purpose of a 4th of July outfit is? I'm going to give y'all a second. Because I've been so curious about this. I mean, I'm curious about this Easter outfit too, though. But I want to say I understand it. I don't. But I'm trying to be compassionate and act like I do. I don't. But there's no way I'm even trying to understand it. Rosalind, when you and your family get together, do y'all buy a 4th of July outfit? Now, I'm going to show y'all something. Don't judge me. Can y'all see that? I'm going to hold it up to each one. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Somebody paid for this. I'm sure they ain't just make this while they ain't had nothing to do. Help me out. Rosalind, your grandmother started what stuff? Not to get together. I'm talking about the clothes now. Rosalind, I'm sure them clothes them people had on were theirs. I'm even cool with you wearing color coordinated clothes because you believe in whatever it is you believe in. the whole red, white, and blue. I was a soldier. I get that. But who buys clothes for the 4th of July? Somebody help me out with that one. Hey, Sharon. Wrong page, Sharon. Wrong page, Brenda. Help me. Help me out. Who buys clothes for the 4th of July? I mean, why not buy clothes for the 7th of July? Sharon, while you on this page, and you know better, Sharon. You know better. You know where you're supposed to be. Hey, Kathy. Hey, okay, good. We got 2 new people. Sharon, Kathy, I just showed a picture. I just can't show it again in good conscience. And I'm hoping if y'all tell me y'all did this, I'm gonna be really upset. Who buys clothes for the 4th of July? My granny didn't believe anything. It was a reason to do that for her babies. I got you. Maybe it was a themed event. Oh yeah, because it come up on your page to let you know that you're supposed to go to the show page, Sharon. Don't act like you ain't been here before. Okay, well, so what was the thing? 4th of July? I never understood why go. So, okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Y'all may help me out with y'all explanations. Y'all making me more judgmental. And this is supposed to be a show about compassion and not judgment. But with all the things that people swear that they ain't got or that they need, how many people's in that picture? 3 or 4? So 4 people at $10 an outfit, $40. What the waka flock is going on?
There's a matching purse.
Much better, Sharon. And I'm just told that the woman has a matching purse. And we don't even see their shoes. And you're right, Terry, we do all judge. And the thing is I try not to, based on certain things, I try to be as open-minded as I can be. You can judgment on this topic, don't blame us. Hey, Miss Flint, how are you? So, I try not to judge people's situations, but when they do things that are simply rhetorical, I do judge them. I don't buy clothes for special occasions. I wear what I have. Right, and I'm cool. I mean, I got on my green and gray. I'm going to say the green is for money. The gold is for, I don't know what the hell the gold is for. The black is for me. I don't know. No, Odessa, I don't have a car. I'm always good, Miss Flint. Even though you're supposed to be on the show page. Did you leave me a review yet? Let me just type this in while I'm getting in trouble. Come on over here and join us. Okay, listen. What purple? Oh, that is kind of purple, ain't it? I forgot all about it. How you see? Hold on. Man, I'm going to have to get me a non-high definition camera. Damn, you good. I'm right here with the shirt, and I didn't see with 3 colors, even though it's got, I can't even count it. It's got 4 colors, but it's actually got 5. Anyway, stop judging me. That's why I don't like y'all. Nobody likes y'all. The problem I have is people do stuff, and do they know the history? They really don't. Purple is it's one of my favorite colors too. Kativa, come over to the show page so you can like it and leave a review. 5 stars. Anybody who don't, I know you left one, Terry. Thanks, sis. Oh, Terry, we need to talk too. I got something I need for you to take care of for me. So after the show, let's talk. Really, did you just call me colorblind and can't count? You realize I'm the host. Well, and Terry, you know what? It ain't that they don't know the history. They know the history that they want to know, whether it's real or not. And it's like when I did the show, a lot of us prefer a convenient lie as opposed to the real truth. Because the real truth means we got to address real issues. And most of us don't want to do that. Terry, I got your number. Don't I? Stop playing. And Kevin on this page, Kevin is crazy. Kevin will call you 18 times. You don't care, my family is off and we're going to Cupid Shuffle. Thank you, Steve. What the heck is a Cupid Shuffle? Why y'all gotta make me feel like I'm crazy? What's a Cupid Shuffle? I'm too old to be asking these kind of questions. You were gonna say the same thing about what, Tisha? My phone is really doing what it want to do. Wait until the team. Oh, it's a dance. Oh, see, for those y'all who old enough to know, I'm Sir Nosy Void of Funk. I will never dance. I can't dance. I tried it. I tried doing the bump one time, and the wall would never get coordinated with me. So I just kind of gave it up. And electric slide, stop playing. I was in the church choir. You know how y'all been to church before, at least seen on TV. You know how the two sides start doing like this? I would do like that. Because I just couldn't get either rock in motion. Kativa, have you made over to the show page yet, Kevin? No. Tisha, you calling me colorblind? Because I couldn't count? Tisha, the purple is like really close to the yellow. I bet Jerry Springer don't have these problems. Or people counting. So y'all gonna form a mutiny against me? Is that what y'all doing? Listen, this is not a democracy. We don't vote on show things other than topics, other than topics. Yeah, I think it's a burglar.
Can they hear that?
I ain't studying y'all. Can't count and don't know my colors. I do know my colors. Gray. Where's the naked girl? Where's the naked white? Boy, stop playing. What I'm gonna do with a naked white girl with no teeth? There's a new assistant. She sounds pretty. How do you sound pretty, Rosalind? That kind of means she's fat. Ain't that? Don't all pretty girl? I am staying focused. Y'all unfocusing me.
They be the phone sex operators. The fat girls.
That's not your baby tequila, Alizé. You know, it's times like these when I need a commercial break. Random Thoughts with DVP will be back shortly. That's what I need. That's what I need. Y'all are hilarious. Let me put this on my notes. Hilariousm is not y'all. Because y'all don't care nothing about me. There's a reason that you are not focused. Rosalind, it's because of the ADD and the OCD. We've had this conversation before. Y'all can be too much at times. Hey, I'm liking the little heart things. That's what's up. I ain't seeing them on this page. Where are my hearts and likes? Remember now, we do this for the likes. Rosalind, have I quit you yet? Odessa, you hear what? Turn the camera. Our nosy ass is distracted. Let me say, what's the correct word? Hell no.
Hell no, that's right.
You know, this is what happens when you get an upgrading phone with a great speaker system. Y'all just hearing stuff that ain't there. Because like y'all heard the little fire beeps. Y'all hearing too much. I'm going to start muting y'all. How do I mute y'all? I'm going to start blocking y'all. That's what I'm going to do. Tisha, what are you laughing about now? I'm trying to focus. Thank you, Terry. Terry telling y'all to stop and let me focus. Why don't you guys celebrating a holiday for holiday reasons if it's not just to get together? I'm all for getting together and sharing time and energy with people because you got an off day. But quit saying it's for the holiday and you got independence. Because you don't know what it is you got independence from. Well, can she at least help me with my color? Tisha, I'm matching, and for once, I got on pants. And guess what? My pants matched my shirt. I did it myself. You're not patriotic. Good, Rosalind. I'm gonna keep you. Tisha gotta go. She ain't acting right. She has a lot to say, so she might as well come on camera. No. Yeah, where's she at? No. And help me count. Oh my God, y'all are in rare form today. Is that how we doing this now? Attack the host? Right. Thank you, Terry. What did we get independence from on the 4th of July? Other than you got a day off work. Some of y'all. Some of y'all didn't. What I'm gonna do with a sofa? Can I get y'all to stay focused? I'm the one with OCD and ADD. And now I got a notepad where I keep notes of stuff I'm supposed to talk about because that's what my management team told me to do. Management is rebelling on the page. They don't know what June 10th is, though, Terry. And because I saw your post, I think I liked it. When you try to talk about the slave ship, when you try to talk about anything that has anything with us coming up, you get resistance or everybody go back to drinking. And these have comments. And even we're going to celebrate June 10th, which I'm just, that's closer to what we should be doing. But if we're going to celebrate June 10th, why is it we keep hollering that we victims or we not? So if we do June 10th to June 19th, and it's still the same to me. What are we independent from all of a sudden, and we still want to be slaves? Because I'm gonna go back to we get off compassion. No, we celebrate holidays because we can drink. And I don't have a problem getting together for drinking and eating if that's what you're going to do, but don't bring the holiday into it and act like the holiday is something special. Just say, hey, I got a day off work, and that's what we celebrate, and the fact that I ain't got to go to work. Because you're right, Sharon, oftentimes we celebrate holidays just because others are doing it, and we all swear we're leaders, not followers, but everybody else is doing it. We need to learn about the holiday and what it means to celebrate it. Right. Right. And Rosalind, like I like what you were saying about your grandmother. Your grandmother was born in 1911. We were barbecuing and watching the kids make up dances. Right. And if you get together for a family get together, right, but don't call it anything else. Right, Sharon, and to get off work. But everything else, I was talking earlier, in my years of working, I never took off King's birthday. Because his struggle to get us to a point where we could work and be real workers and not, butlers and all the stuff, to me, why would I take off his birthday when his whole struggle was to get us to a point where we could work? Me personally, I never got there. I mean, I hear people say, "Oh, we got to celebrate that he got it for us." Well, he wasn't. We already had time off. Unemployment is time off. I have a problem with how we celebrate what production come from it and why must we spend money? Because once again, as we're so woke, we let the white man tell us what we should do. Because we go out and spend all this money for holidays that they tell us, when they tell us, we spend more money on his holidays than we do for some birthdays, which are, if we're going to celebrate something, and I have no problem with celebrating our birthdays because they're personal. If you're in a relationship, not a situationship, your anniversaries, they're personal. They're yours. They're something that you did on your own. Everything else, I'm all for getting together and making memories, but the rest is bullcrap. Right. And it's a financial win for the whole system, and we don't even get that because our dollars matter so much. Why don't we just create our own holidays? I mean, we don't do this. We don't do all this for Malcolm X's birthday. We don't do any of these things fuck, most people don't even know when his day is. Even if we want to throw Tupac in there, who was a revolutionary and a freedom fighter, if you ask me, we don't do all this stuff for him. Right, Tish, and we got so many different issues. At some point, we have to start tackling them. We got to start tackling them, in my word, we got to start tackling small ones at a time. Because most people don't understand the bigger issues. I don't want to call it No Day, Rosalind, because it's not U.S. It's who was free on the 4th of July? Terry, who was free on the 4th of July? Because it wasn't the slaves, which is who most of us look like and came from. I mean, hell, they got Christopher Columbus Day, which is slavery. I thought most states had to recognize more, if they want federal funding, because I think Arizona was holding out, and a couple other states. I think most states recognize MLK Day now. Sharonda, I know it was a struggle. I know it was a fight in the beginning because they didn't want it. I'm about to check that one, but I think most states do have to recognize it now because it's a federal holiday. But the thing is, like I said, yeah, we get off work, we drink, we do whatever, and I don't have any problem with that because everybody wants to take time off. But we can't call it what it ain't. And it ain't our day of freedom or our day of reckoning or our day of enlightenment. It's our day of drunkenness, and we just call it something else because that's what we do when we shouldn't be. And the system says, like I say, if we're going to do it, let's call it what it is. Let's say, hey, we just taking the day off. You agree with Trish? We're lost people. History runs into a dead end. We don't even know our real last name.
Front door open.
Kevin, don't quit talking to you. I mean, as far as, my job does not give it. And I was having that conversation. Some jobs don't give off. I mean, other than when I was actually, I've never had a job that made me take off for King's birthday. Because I don't. Which I was lucky. Because to me, I want to always work his birthday because that's what his struggle was about. Was getting us to a point where we had real jobs and getting some form of equality. And the system ain't going to never be totally equal. But, all my alarms are women. Because who better except for the emergency chime? It's 2 Rottweilers. Xfinity. You can change the voices. You can change. Kevin, stay focused. Yeah, Sharon, do your homework on holidays. Sharonda, you where my food at? But most jobs won't give it off unless it's a federal job because they can make money off of it. Kroger, Walmart, these little places selling food because we out there spending money, buying outfits like the one I showed you. They could have put that money toward their kids' saving account. Right, and I think, who's closed on America Day? Just the feds, pretty much, because it's a federal holiday. So the banks were closed. I want to say courts are closed. I don't know, because I don't go to court anymore. Kev, were the courts closed today? I'm still waiting on my food. Don't keep talking about you got me. Because you ain't came to the show page yet either, Sharonda, so I can tell people about your cupcakes and stuff. Random Thoughts with DVP. And yeah, I need to talk to you too about our venture to see what's up with that. You take it off as a vacation day if you want. Right. And even for me, I never understood taking vacation day, holidays off because you can get time and a half or double time for it. Your job gives what? Martin Luther King Day or 4th of July, Odessa? Why the respect for Coretta? Anyway. But yeah, we get so caught up into that system and everybody want to holler we woke or we this or we that. And man, y'all got me on. But we still don't mind killing each other in the name of these said holidays. Oh, and the fact that we get to shoot guns on the 4th of July. Oh, my goodness. We think we something special. Gotcha. That's I've never known what you do for a living. I figured it was just one of them things like timing from Martin, I wasn't gonna ask. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, and I don't want to know. Um, yeah, but I mean, people shooting all the time on 4th of July. And for some reason, they don't realize that when you shoot bullets, they come down somewhere. Bullets don't just disintegrate when you shoot them up. Crazy thing. Shoot them in the ground if you got to shoot them. Dirt. But who does that? But why is it that we like shooting? What? It's like our little fireworks? I really don't know, Dustin. Never have. You never told me. So yeah, that's been an issue with me. Because when you ask people why they doing certain things, all they tell you is a holiday, and they just doing it. I say, I like a good barbecue, but do I need somebody to tell me when and where I can have one? But I'm woke. I'm gonna stand up for myself. But I can only have a barbecue on days allotted to me by the man. I can't just barbecue on June the 7th or the 8th because I want to. Because wouldn't it make more sense to have 40 people barbecue on a different weekend than having 40 people barbecuing on the same weekend? Hey, Sharonda, you're on the right page. You're right, they don't need a reason to barbecue, so I don't understand why it's such a big deal on the 4th of July. What makes it so special that we can only wait till then and everybody wants to do it? Where we wasting resources. I sound like the police at my door. Well, we could just space them out and everybody could get the same resources because very few people run out of food. But why not space them out? Kev, you do it. Terry, you do it. Odessa, you do it. Sharonda do it. I do it. Can we get more out of it like that? We could better use our resources. And for this so-called Day of Independence, why don't we treat it like Thanksgiving and feed people who can't afford it? There's a whole lot going on. Which is why I have ADD and OCD. Because I'm trying to focus. And y'all ain't helping at all. But Terry, Terry, tell me what's a good holiday that black people should embrace. Y'all ever seen the movie with Michael J. Fox where he was house sitting and playing the air guitar and the dog ran by and he said, "No, I didn't see the dog," and he just kept playing the air guitar? Same. Same. So Terry, Kwanzaa, right? Kwanzaa's a great thing, but even with Kwanzaa, do most of us really understand what it's about? We hear it, but because it's not celebrated by the masses, we go right back to Christmas, which I have a problem with. But that's my own personal issue. Terry, what's a good one other than Kwanzaa, Terry? Because I believe we should always be doing something. If we get together, we should be educating each other about something. I mean, it's great to sit back and have fun and play cards and talk junk and laugh and fellowship and all that. I mean, Terry, John, Kevin, we get together and it's fun and games, but we always still do some kind of enlightenment. But what happened to that? June 10th through June 19th. And I ain't never I can admit I don't know a whole lot about it because I just never been into it. Because I'm a June baby, so my June focuses on something else. When we do the each one teach two thing, and that's part of what we should be doing is enlightening each other through educational stuff, as opposed to just reckless talk about right. But we don't just vent about crazy stuff. Commitment to what, Terry? Why don't we have a commitment to make each other better? Why don't we talk about finances and hey, how we can make this party more financially advantageous for everybody? Because if you don't have to pay for everything, if you do your $10, I do my, nobody has to spend $100 on the party. We all save a little money. Kind of like that Bloom thing they was trying to get everybody to buy into. That was a scam. We could just do it for parties and it's not a scam because then we just rotate. There's nobody who's getting money. There's just people who save money because we're rotating the balance of power. But who is this scam mostly for? It's mostly for us. It's mostly for us. Man, y'all got me. Y'all really got me. Y'all really got me some kind of. Y'all got me going through something. What time is? I ain't got no time to get in this with y'all. Right, Michelle, and that's why I want to talk about financial health and group economics, which is why I say, I'm gonna leave this door because I got some people who talk finances. Honey's one. Barshay. I got people who want to talk, who I want to get you guys focused on finance. I got somebody who I want to talk to us about stocks because nobody ever taught us about these things. And while we want to be this and this, stop for a second. I got to say something, and they're not even on the show. I have a friend, Tina Bridges, out of the blue. She put up a post asking people for the PayPal information. And most of these people, she kind of got to know. And she's paying it forward. She's donating monies to certain people. And she's donating to people who she know based on them having a specific need. Which I thought was a great thing. I know people who go to grocery stores and will sit there and just randomly pick out people. Elderly people who look like they're struggling to pay, they get the groceries, the cashier say $108 and they only got $97. They start putting stuff back or trying to figure out what it is they can't get. I know people who will go up there and pay the difference. I know people who will pay the whole thing and let them keep that. This is compassionate economic empowerment, because to have somebody do something good for you for no reason, no, they're not waiting for Christmas to do this. They not waiting for your birthday. These are just random people who like doing good things all of a sudden. I just had to throw that in there because I forgot about it. It was something I wanted to talk about. If you're woke and don't understand Sankofa, I refuse to listen to you. Right. And even if you claim to be woke and you don't want to listen to somebody enlighten you about these things because you know everything, I don't like, personally, I don't like Farrakhan, but he says some great things. But I know more about Farrakhan than most people do, so I have a reason for not. Doesn't mean because I don't like somebody doesn't mean they don't have great thoughts. Sometimes I've had all my groceries paid for by a stranger. Isn't it a great thing when they just do it? They don't introduce themselves. They just do it. They may give you a hug if you want to hug them, and then they, like the Lone Ranger, they off until the night. And this is the thing, Sharonda. When we talk about these things, what do we discuss? I mean, I saw the fight between Umar Johnson and the other guy, and I lost a lot of respect for him because you can't let somebody push you to that level. And boom. And as we get to these enlightened stages, sometimes we get too big to help each other because we think, I don't know what it is we think. I've done the shot with a cop thing and spent money on families I didn't know nothing about because they get X amount of dollars. But if you get a family with 4 or 5 kids, well, I mean, even before, and this was after, he did help assassinate Malcolm X, and to me, he's Jesse Jackson, who wanted to help bring down Obama. I just got no use for people like that who only want to progress by bringing other people down. And in my world, that's what Farrakhan is. In my world, that's what Jesse Jackson is. That's what a lot of woke leaders are. I don't think we get big headed. I think we get to the point where we just feeling ourselves and we and I guess big headed would be a good start. But we just think we better than other people. And don't get me wrong, I have no problem with people being better than other people because you can't tell me that I'm on the same level as some other people. But when it gets to the point where you just think you're better than everybody because you got to be on TV once or twice, or you made a great speech once, and you just thumb your nose at everybody, you're an issue. And you can't admit that you got no faults, but then when they come up, and now everybody picking on you. But, it's like, Eddie Long, he was doing his whole judgment thing, no compassion whatsoever, then all the shit came back on him. Terry, you still here? I'm still waiting on another holiday from you. But we could be more compassionate. We could be more compassionate while enlightening others without looking down on them. It's really not that. It's not that serious. If people don't want to know, let them go on about their way. Everybody doesn't want to be enlightened. I saw the video where the officer wrote a citation for the father with the child not properly restrained, and then had him follow him to and helped him shop for a proper car seat and paid for it. Right. But once again, even with that, how many people are willing to post that? Oh, he didn't have to write the ticket. It's a lot of things we don't have to do. But sometimes people don't get the point if you let them off without anything. We seem to learn the best lessons if it costs us money or if somebody gets hurt. But nobody wants to post about these things because then it kind of screws up the whole all cops are evil thing. And it's like I tell people, if you want to believe that all cops are evil, then you can't get mad if cops believe all blacks are evil. It's the same dumbass mentality. We listen to rap music. We listen to music that degrades us. So if I want to get cops to be compassionate about dealing with my people, but my people don't want to be compassionate about cops because all cops are bad, all cops are this, all cops ain't. Well, listen to the music that all black people listen to. Because all black people love rap music. All black people love calling each other bitches and hoes and niggas. All black people always, because that's what you see on TV. It's a dumb theory either way it goes, but one race to try to justify one profession, or for one profession to try to qualify a race based on a few dumbass people. But when the compassion is out there because we want to prejudge everybody because it makes it easier for us, that's what we do. That's just what we do. And we seem to like that. Because it makes it easier for us to judge other people. It makes it easy for us to not have to take responsibility for what's ours. Because none of us have ever been wrong. Tan, I love you. But what's the rule, Tan? Text me. Text me, babe. It's not that I don't return phone calls. It's sometimes I just don't see them. Or some days I may get 1,000 phone calls. Text me. I will return a text. Because they stay there until I do something with them. When I see these calls, it's too many people. So I don't get my phone number. Text me, sis, and I got you. I got you. Yes, ma'am. So, can y'all tell my other sister to be compassionate with me? I'm struggling. I'm trying. I'm trying to do better. I'm older now. Hey, so look at that. It's 7:40. I only got 20 minutes left of this abuse to take from y'all. So, anyway, what is it gonna take? What is it that motivates us to not be so selfish and show compassion to people who are not in our circle? What does it take for you to be compassionate to a stranger? What does it take for you to You know, like the bum who asked for money. Of course, that's not happening. You know, I tried to give a bum some food because he said, hey, I need some money for food. Well, hey, here's some food. You know what he told me? I don't eat that. Well, you're not hungry then. You're picky. Thank you, sis. I'm still gonna share though. You lost my compassion. When you're picky, I just don't get it. You can be picky when I ask you what. Not responding to phone calls. It does not. Not responding to text shows a lack of compassion. Because I'm a texter. See, compassion. Here's the deal. I know people who don't like text. When I need something from them, I must call them. Because that is the only thing they're going to respond to. Conversely, when people need something from you, if they really want my attention, they will text me. Because I'm not the type to be on the phone a lot. So, you have to base it preferences and priorities. If you want something from me, the quickest, easiest way to get a response is to text me. I'm not going to listen to voicemails because voicemails are for bill collectors, because everybody who knows me texts me. Oh, don't lie. If you text me, I respond. There's nobody who can say they text me and didn't get a response from me. I ain't saying I'll respond in 5 minutes, but I will respond. It just depends on what I'm doing. Y'all don't know I'm working sometimes. Sometimes I'm working really hard and I don't have a phone with me. Tan, you ain't oh my God. Sharonda, when you sent me a text about doing something for you, did I or did I not respond to you in a timely fashion? Sharonda, not Tan. I did. I responded to text. Sometimes I am out. If I'm out of town or if I'm out of the country or if I'm with a client who doesn't allow phones because they have privacy issues, there's nothing I can do till I get back to my phone. Which is why I say it may take me a minute. But I will return the text. Oh, Sharonda, you playing dirty. You playing dirty. So I expect a text after the show, Sharonda, because we need to talk about this new venture. Yes, I am focused, even though I was getting in trouble. So anyway, it's 7:45, so I got like 10 minutes or less to get back to why is it what causes us to lose compassion? Tisha, didn't I quit you earlier? Okay, did you tag me on it, Sharonda? What is it that causes us to lose compassion? Is it home training? Is it that we just don't care? Is it that we too preoccupied with self that we just don't care about our fellow man anymore if we don't know them? Or if they just ain't shit to us? What's new with what, Tisha? Because, I've helped random... I was a cop. I help random people all the time. Even now. I don't do it as much because I'm not out as much. You see, I do a show from my room because my anxiety was kicking in. I'm working on that. I'm trying to do modeling stuff to get over my public appearance anxiety, which nobody ever believes I had because they weren't compassionate, even though people knew me could see it. We are selfish and self-absorbed, but why does that make us not care about our fellow man? What caused that? What caused you to see a crime being committed and you won't even call the police because you don't want to get involved? But as minute, this same person breaks in your house, you want everybody to be concerned. What is it that causes us to know that we got killers in our midst, but nobody wants to say anything? What is it that causes that? That's not. Is it self-absorption, or is it we just believe that it can't happen to us, self-centered, and get caught up in our own household until we need others to. Right, and I'm not getting that. I watched one guy talk about how the cops ain't sitting, yada yada yada. But when his grandmother's house got broken into, the cops got there way before he did. So you kind of need them. Where were you? You were nowhere to be found. So what was she supposed to do? Because the cops can't be trusted, but they showed up. Sometimes I'm so tired. You said one of the main points earlier, parent, right? And this new generation, parents do want to be friends, because most of these young kids who are having kids think of them like puppies. They're just so cute. They want somebody to be dependent upon them, which starts a whole separate cycle, which actually, to me, is how some of the DV stuff starts, because you raise these people, you want them to be dependent upon you because you want them to need you. In turn, you have that same need from somebody else, which makes it easier for you to become a victim. My youngest son is 17. In 5 years, he could be my friend. Right now, he's still... All my sons are my sons. But once you hit 22, 23, we can progress to a friendship. There's still certain shit you can't say to me or around me. But I have to give you more respect as a man now, because you're doing manly things. But until then, you don't get none of that. But I'm watching some of these parents, and we all say the same thing. We want our kids to have it better than we did, which means we want them to have the same struggles. Doesn't mean I'm finna buy you everything I didn't have. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. I'm gonna buy them things they never had. No, I'm gonna buy them some of the same things I did have, because they kind of work for me. One of the things I believe in is, once your kids have enough stuff, they don't get anything new until they give some stuff away. Don't just throw things away. Take good care of them. Let's give them somebody else. Then I'll replace them with something different. Because, you're playing it forward. You take good care of stuff. I've given away suits. And I didn't feel the need to video the whole thing, because to me, that's kind of selfish, to show another person down on their luck just to make me feel, but look, I'm giving away my suit to this guy. See, here we go. He doesn't want everybody to know that he's down on his luck. Why should I want everybody to know who it is? Just to make me feel good. If that's the only reason I'm doing it, then I'm being selfish. And, yeah, see, my compassion is this. I'm giving away stuff. See, I'm giving away my shoes to this guy. I mean, I was putting out a video every Wednesday about bringing clothes to the shelter where I was. Now, I would show people who were bringing me stuff from time to time, but I'm not showing the people who are getting the stuff. Who does that? Who does that? Like I said, even if you do it publicly, you still should never shame the person who is in need or want of it. I mean, we all do videos about something, or you know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem putting y'all on there. And some of y'all have been on the show where we talk about things that you've been through, but that's with your permission, because I would never just call you out with some of the things I know, because who does that? Some of you have sent me inboxes telling me how much you appreciate me or one of my subjects helped you, which is why I keep doing the show. It's not my place to sit back and tell people how I know you or what you said to me. If you share the video, fine. If you don't, fine. If you reference it, fine. If you don't, fine. When I grew up in Detroit, my mother taught me very young about giving back. We were a part of the Shrine. We always did community service. So as an adult, I love to give back, but unfortunately, I don't see a lot of us, even our communities. There are white folks with me at the Boys and Girls Club. Exactly. And to me, that's the craziest thing. Hey, Nikki, what's going on? We don't give back, even though we all say we want to do it. And yeah, we get caught up in our family things. We don't have time. I don't have the time to volunteer like I used to. It was one of the things I love. But I did become a little jaded with some of the things. But in my defense, I saw way more crookedness than most people did. So I did become a little skeptical, and I became a little less giving out of my time. And, as I began to work a lot, I had a whole lot less free time because I needed to rest. But, I was quick to write checks to things I believe in. Because sometimes money is the best thing you can do. Sometimes it's time. I mean, I volunteered to do stuff with boys. You know, I've taught at some great prices. I taught self-defense at great prices, and I didn't feel the need to post it. Who does that? I've been to churches and taught self-defense. Uh, you know, most time when you see pictures of me doing something, it's way late. Because I just don't feel the need to post things as I do them just so everybody can say, oh, you're such a great person. Because anybody who knows me knows I'm really not a great person. I have good tendencies, but I'm not that great a person. I accept this. I don't need people pat me on the back telling me how great I am because I know they just lying. Next thing you know, they're going to want to borrow $5. The youth need to visit the elderly. I want to say yeah to that, but Sharonda, they really can't because most of the youth don't have any training. Uh, the grown-ups need to visit the elderly, and they need to take the youth with them to show what should be done because the youth need guidance, and they need guidance from somebody right above them who can show that, but most of them don't have it anymore. So it's kind of hard to take them to the elderly when they don't even know what they're supposed to do because I still have a problem with kids that don't say yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. That just irks me, but I realize it's a southern thing. And most parents don't require it. I mean, I'm cool with the fact that we don't say Mr. and Miss like we used to because so many people are correcting it now. You know, you can introduce me to your kids, Sharonda, and you can tell them I'm Mr. Darren or Mr. Bear. I don't care what you tell them, but chances are I ain't gonna want them to call me Mr. Which is, you know, hey, you may tell them, say, call them Uncle Otto, who, but most of the time that's just how we are. No, they're caught up in their video games and phones. But that's because their parents let them do that because they want to be friends. See, I've always had the thing of when we have dinner, there's no phones at the table. There's no electronic devices at the table, period. Now, I work for my phone. But for that time that we're having family dinner, nobody can have a phone. Nobody. So even when my mom calls and she has a special ringtone, I can't answer her during dinner. And she called 2 times, which is, you know, we have codes for emergencies or whatever. But nobody can do that. But that's because that's what I teach them. Our time is our time. There's no emergencies going on right then. Call the house phone. That's a number that's rarely given out. It rarely rings. So when the house phone rings and it talks, the Xfinity, and it tells me who it is, then if it's the right person, I may do it. But video games are taking the YouTube is taking the place of parenting. I hear parents that won't go into their kids' room because they want them to have their privacy, which is effing stupid. Because my kids will tell you, go to school, come back. I'm quick to take doors down. I won't even put up curtains. You don't deserve privacy. You're not paying anything. That door is a benefit for me when I don't want to hear you and I don't want to shut my door. But most of the time, I'll just shut my door. But I say, who negotiates with kids? Which is a whole nother show. It's 7:54, y'all. This show was y'all were interesting. Nikki, you still there? Cause your buddy should be in town soon. Yes. I want to talk about next week. I think I want to talk about bringing the black community together and getting us on a path. Nah, probably not next week. I'm probably have to do some research. This is what I need for y'all to do. Homework assignment, Sharon. You doing one on homework. Let me know how it goes. Right. I took the door off. I'm going to call you, sis. I want to talk about something, but y'all never tell me what y'all want to talk about, so sometimes I don't know until the last minute. I need for y'all to shoot me more subjects. Let my management team go through them. I want to talk about how we celebrate things, what we celebrate, why we celebrate them, what's important to us, what's not. Tell me what you guys are thinking. What can we do? I want to have groups and subgroups so they can come back and talk about how we can get better, how we can stop blaming the man for everything. I'm always distracted, even if it's by y'all. Kevin distracts me. He's never around me. But yes, ma'am. Tell me what y'all want to talk about. Don't tell me like Wednesday morning. Give me some ideas. Cause I'm gonna talk about good morning text. That's what I was supposed to. Good morning text. Or random text for guys, something like that. Can you remember that, Odessa? I wrote it down just in case. All right, it's 7:56, so y'all know it's about the time I gotta run to the grocery store. Since I'm already dressed, since y'all made me so, cause I know y'all be swearing I don't have no pants on, but I got on pants today. Let's talk about people's opinions on dating people on Facebook groups. Wow. Let's talk about sexting at 35 plus. Oh, y'all own it. I like that one, sis. Kev, that's interesting. I may be able to merge the two. Odessa, you getting this? Let's see. Facebook dating. Sexting. Don't get mad if I'm looking down. I got it right. Sexting at 35. Random texts that include unsolicited. Okay. So y'all like this whole picture thing. Sharonda, you fast. You are so fast. I'm gonna have to put you in timeout. You like unsolicited pics. I would love to say that I do, but some of the ones I've gotten, they turn my whole day around. My whole day. Anyway, it's 7:58. But Kev, when a girl gets the dick, how do you not accept them? How do you not accept them? I mean, they come through. You open to see what the message is. Bam, it's just right. All you can do is delete it after that. I mean, it's like I've gotten pictures from women who should never take their clothes off, not even to bathe. But once I saw them, it was like 4 seconds of ugh. And Tisha started acting, I ain't never sent no picture. I would talk about them and send them to friends. You should really post them on Facebook. That'll stop guys from sending them, Sharonda. If you post them on Facebook along with their name, that'll stop them from sending them. I've never sent an unsolicited picture. Oh my God, I'm telling myself. Anyway, I'm finna go, y'all. Y'all ain't finna get me in trouble. It's 7:59. Y'all know what it means. I'll see you guys in 6 days, 22 hours. All right. Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease. And I'm out. Inbox me what y'all want to talk about, so Odessa can fuss at me. Sharonda, I need to talk to you. Tan, I need to talk to you. Tish, I'm mad at you and I just quit you. And whoever else. Hasta mañana. Hasta whatever next week, man.